We had a very good morning. We had a very heavy rain last night, and so as you can see, we really badly need a retaining wall there. It washes down all the time, and so this has to be cleared. It'll be interesting, not good news I doubt, but it will be interesting to see what's happened to our road. This is about 100 meters down to where it joins the actual road. But look how this is actually getting lower. It's draining off down here, down into the rice fields, which is good as far as water goes. But this isn't good. There's been other subsidence there. Look, you can see that the hill is gradually collapsing. Oh dear. What we need to get at some point in the future, I'd like to buy a small bulldozer tractor, multi-purpose, but just a small thing for keeping this open. And ultimately, of course, this eventually will have to be paved. You can see that this would be quite risky if there's, like last night, when we were on our way home last night, we actually encountered the boys on the tricycle, Manarado's tricycle, and we had to go over to the right as we're coming, and you can see that doesn't look stable at all. So in a truck you really don't want to be going over there, even though we have actually planted grass along the side there to stabilize it. The rain is one heck of a force to be dealt with. Look, this is all very soft now. This can be quite a challenge for a four-wheel drive. So the really bad stuff goes until the cutout of that hill becomes less, which is about here. And so we wouldn't need to put a retaining wall this far, but definitely up to that turn at some point or another will have to be done. Goodness knows what's happening down there. You can probably hear that some dog has just been dealt a hard lesson in where he or she is in the pecking order. And with farm dogs, especially when you get 10, there must be about 10 or 15 dogs in our little area owned by the various families. Julio has, I think, 2 or 3 dogs, maybe more. I think he has a couple of puppies at least, which have just been born very recently. And I think that we have about 10 at the last count, but we have 5 puppies that have been born to snow. Now, when we've been in to see the vet about having snow fixed, but of course can't do that until the puppies are, well, until she is over giving birth to that litter, and then we'll have her fixed, and we'll take in Basha as well. This is not something that Filipinos do, I've found. It's me that's saying we need to get these dogs fixed. In fact, prior to our little favourite, Golden had a litter. I tried to get Beth to try to persuade her to take Golden in and have her fixed, but she didn't want to. there's a completely different mindset and way of looking at birth in the Philippines. As the detractors always say, why do they keep having babies? It's a different country, different culture, different way of thinking. And that extends to the dogs. So having dogs fixed is a way of thinking which is new to, especially to farm people. Dogs can come and go. Quite possible to spend what for a Filipino farmer would be a lot of money to have a female fixed, and then the female takes off and lives somewhere else. Well, in the overall picture that's a good idea, or a good thing, but in the mindset of a struggling farmer, they would think twice about that. We did have a favourite dog of Beth, was Sugar, and Sugar was a shaggy haired dog that Beth loved. Grew quite big, and we had Sugar fixed. It was a male. Had Sugar fixed. He took off to live somewhere else. I think he was, whether he's still there, he was living over at Rado's place. I think he liked Balalut, Rado's son, and so he went off to live with Rado. That's a different way of thinking. Okay, well, that's it. I just wanted to see and film the amount of damage that's been done to the road from the rain last night. On with my walk. I have probably a 2-mile walk down to the road where I'll be able to get a tricycle. Get a tricycle into Talabon, which is, let me see, about 18 kilometers. I still can't think in kilometers. I'm a miles guy from the UK. So I think in terms of miles, that's why I say I've got a 2-mile walk. Now we've got to come back at some point and trim this back because it's hanging right down on the vehicles, which is very, very coarse. This is very coarse, and when it drags over the vehicles, especially our new Ford, this is not, it's not ideal. So this will be cut back to there. The heavy rain starts to bring all of these down. We'll just cut that back, and there's a few other places that it needs to be done too. Okay, my beautiful day walk. I could have gone down with Rado. He would have taken me down there in no time. An adrenaline rush with Rado on his tricycle. I said I'd settle for a calm walk down there. And bye for now.